campaign period, that there's a tsunami coming to Abia. It's going to sweep everywhere. And it so happened. Unfortunately, I was rigged out. The tsunami happened. We had about 6 members in the House. We had a senator. And of course, we all know what happened after that. So we've been around. We've been encouraging our supporters. Most of them are disheartened and not very happy with the outcome, but it is what it is. Life must go on. The good news is the state, Abia, belongs to Labour Party now. So that's the consolation point. Thank you very much.
Do you still have in heart your core area of concentration? Because I went through it during the 2023 general election, about 6 in that category where you talked about security, education, and then ecology, something, but I believe there were 6 in number. Do you still have these dreams in your heart for the people of Bende?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. The elections are done and dusted. It's over. And right now, this is the period for people to showcase what they're made of. And that's when you would have seen the implementation of that 6-point agenda. I believe so much. I believe so much in education, in agriculture. And I also believe there's a place for internet technology, especially with the young ones coming up. So that dream is still very much alive. I'm still going to make sure they come to fruition if elected on the next round of general elections. Thank you.
Perhaps we'll wait till then. You said that you were rigged out. Before we leave this area, because there are other things we want to give attention on this program today, you actually stepped down your case for Benjamin Kalu. What really happened then? And then you are still taking the position that you were rigged out.
Yes. If not the courts, what happened? After the election, we went to court. Yeah, we had our lawyers bring up the brief and then file the suits. Yes. After the tribunal, of course, we didn't find justice there. We wanted to head to the appellate court. But I was approached by varied members of Abia State Polity. And because I do not have their permissions, I wouldn't mention anybody's name. I had some distinguished persons, we had some people in authority, we had the Indieze to approach me. We talked about it. We went back and forth. And Benjamin himself preferred an argument, which at that moment I felt was a little superior. And I will quote him verbatim. It's like, if you remove me from office, are you going to be the deputy speaker? And the answer was emphatically no. There's one, you're a Labour Party person. You don't belong to the ruling party, which is the APC in the center. So even if you succeed in taking me out now, what next? So my problem there and then became a regional problem. It wasn't just an Abia State problem. It became a Southeast problem because they're zoning the position to Southeast. So at that particular juncture, I decided to sacrifice my own ambition for the sake of Ndebende. One gentleman who was with us throughout this campaign rightly put it this way. If you and Benjamin, your brother, do not sit down and hash this out, posterity will not forgive both of you. And I mean, that rang home. Because it's no longer about me or himself. Because the office is not his. It belongs to the people. At that point, I decided to step down the case. And let me state it very clearly so that the world will know and hear about it. Benjamin Kalu did not give me a dime, not a penny, brass, to do this. We called a press conference and I addressed the public and I told them the reason why. And there may be a day where he's not doing well that I'm still going to come out and tell Abians that Muhammadia is not doing well. So I had to, at that point, carpet my personal ambition for the people of Bende, for the people of Abia, and Southeast in general. That was exactly what happened. They made me understand the office of the Deputy Speaker is much bigger than a regular honorable member. That the impact the office will have in the Southeast, in Abia, and in Bende will be much more. But alas, I'm looking around, shaking my head, where is that? Where is the development? What is going on? If I were there, if I was just an honorable member, my focus would be, one, to empower our youths through education, information technology, like I said, agriculture. We need to empower them, not just give them rice. Rice is good, but what about tomorrow?
And you think the Deputy Speaker is not giving attention to these areas of concern you have highlighted?
The Deputy Speaker, we're not, this is not a debate. The Deputy Speaker is doing what he's doing.
Okay.
And grossly, I'm telling you, grossly, there's much, he leaves much to be desired. He has to step up, he needs to do a little more. Sharing rice is good, like I said, it's okay. But what about our unemployed youths? Giving out part 50,000 and whatever they call it, turns our people to beggars. What about tomorrow? They need to be gainfully employed. You need to create an environment where they will find things to do. After 14 months, going on 15, the area is still that way. Let me tell you, if you walk into our constituency right now, the only thing visible that you can see is the work of Dr. Alex Oti. The chairman that God gave us in Abia. He's taking care of that road between Umuahia and Ohapia. That road has been messed up for years now. May God bless him. The only thing you have that is visible is the work of our governor. That is the only thing we can say. During our campaign period, I'd mentioned that we have more mortuaries along that road than we have hospitals. Till date, there's no hospital, apart from the ones that have been renovated again by the state. So tell me, what is it that is visible? What is it that we have achieved from this particular office?
All right, we'll come down to that angle because we have a lot to talk about this morning. You have said this morning on this program that Labour Party has come to stay in Abia State. It's been a controversial one this week in Abia State and then other places that the news has gotten to. The Deputy Speaker of House of Representatives, Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu, has taken a position that come 2027, Labour Party will end its administration in Abia State and APC will take over power. What's your reaction or what do you make of this assertion by the Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives?
To start with, he's entitled to his own opinion. To start with, if the APC government was so good to us, why weren't they elected? They came a distant fourth in that last election. Why weren't the party elected? All of a sudden, the only one eye, the chairman that was given to us, now you are telling him to pack his load and go or join you. I don't think that is appropriate for somebody in authority, for somebody like him. Well, I understand in the hierarchy, maybe the sixth citizen of the country, but we all need to understand also that comes with a responsibility. Power comes with responsibility. And we need to discharge it accordingly. To govern people, office is a burden, just like trust. It needs to be handled judiciously. I don't think it's in place to be boastful about making such utterances. Anyway, enough about Benjamin Kalu. His party will have to handle that, however they do that. Mm-hmm. And also, you see the reactions online. Ndị Igbo now know who and what they are dealing with. You see their reactions online. So I don't need to add to that or detract from it. He has taken a life of its own. And let's see where he goes.
All right. Before we let off this particular one, the Deputy Speaker said that a monkey cannot work and then babu will be eaten or chop. And then the federal government will not be working, state government will be taking the glory. How does that sound to you as somebody who is from the same constituency with Benjamin Kalu and also an Abian?
Well, I don't even know where to begin. I will say it like this. Is there anything that His Excellency, the president of this of our country, of their country, is doing for the Southeast that he has not done for any other region? Is there any particular thing? Is it the Development Commission? Is that why we should donate Abia, the heartbeat of Igbo land now to I mean, I don't understand where to even begin with that. With the signing of the Development Commission, we are the 5th out of 6 regions. So we're not even the first, we're not the second, we're not the third. Now, when you look at that, does that equate, or does that even amount to something we should all be heralding? And I mean, we're grateful for that. No one says it's bad. We're grateful for it. But that does not mean that we should just bundle the state and hand it over, or package the state and hand it over to the center just simply because of that. What else have they done in the Southeast? We have the coastal route that is being implemented. We have that. But where is our share in that? How does that affect Ali Igbo? How does that even affect Bende? How has that even... I mean, we are totally cut out from there. Okay, look at the Igbo nation. From inception of this geographical expression called Nigeria, from the amalgamation days and till today, we know that Igbo plays a vital and central role in this polity. There are 3 major ethnic groups, without disrespecting the rest of the regions. There are 3 major ethnic groups. That's Hausa, there's Yoruba, that's Igbo. And out of the 6 regions now, all we get is the 6th position out of the 6 regions. And we're supposed to be generating and being happy for that? Tell me, is that the reason why we should hand over these states to the center? I don't think so. In terms of the sharing of ministerial appointments, how many? We have not even equalized the Southeast with a regional ministerial appointment. We don't even have any. The one who has a junior minister.
You can never tell, sir. This is politics. So we have APC in Imo State, and also we have APC in Ebonyi State. So anything can happen.
Anything can happen. But remember, we are talking about my state. We are talking about Abia State. And we are discussing Bende politics. So I don't think that utterance qualifies. It needs to be qualified more properly.
All right.
We can't hand over this state straight. This is the only eye we have for Labour Party.
All right.
And Labour Party, like you asked me before, is here to stay. If that changes tomorrow, I'll also let you know. But for now, what we have is Labour, and in Labour we stand.
Interesting. It's been 14 months running in Abia State. Under the leadership and administration of Governor Alex Otti. Let us have your assessment of governance in Abia State under Governor Otti on the platform of Labour Party.
I don't know if I need to even answer that question. Your answer is online, is everywhere. When a man does good work, his job, his work speak for him. Dr. Alex Oti, Chimamanda Abia, is being heralded everywhere, not just in Nigeria. They talk about him in the United States, talk about him all over the world. Why? Because he has shown that with little resources, much can be achieved if you're focused. He has shown that the team of people, the team that he's working with, are carefully chosen because of their individual expertise to carry out a plan which he has crafted. And everybody everywhere can see that it is working. It's not magic. It's just someone who has that moral fortitude to do what is right. Yes, there'll be distractors here and there, but my assessment, he's doing very well, excellently well, if that's such, if you can qualify it that way. But then, more needs to be done. More needs to be done, especially in my own locale, Bende. We have cases of, oh my God. We have some areas that bridges have broken down, that the local government now is trying to fix. Local government, Bende local government, mayor, is trying to fix. It's trying to fix some broken down bridges here and there, culverts here and there. Most of our roads are impassable. I'm talking about inside Bende. And we have this menacing gully erosion. We have this erosion that is destroying our land, especially in Uzuakoli. We have it in some other areas. Within Bende, Alai, we have erosion in Item. What has the man that is supposed to be attracting all these federal projects, what has he done about them? This has been tabled also in the States. We all know that anything that has to do with that level of erosion would involve a lot of money, a lot of resources, which the federal government or multinationals are more suited to do. Here is the state trying to tackle all these things, amid building roads and making sure that our schools are tolerable. So, all these things are still out there. You can go and find out for yourself. You can ask anyone. So we need a lot of federal presence within Bende, especially for these our gully erosions that we have. And that is, I'll go back again. That is one of the reasons why I figured it's better to put my people first. It's better to put Bende first, put Abia first, so that we can, through this office that we have, actualize those goals. As an honorable member, it might be a little difficult for me, even though I will make sure that it's done. Within my period, it will be done. So, that is the reason why I decided to step down my ambition. Because we have a bigger office that I was told, I was meant to believe, will take care of some of these problems. Till now, we haven't seen any movement on that score.
All right, Agu Bende, we are coming down still on the assessment of governance under His Excellency Dr. Alex Oti. Among other things that people have argued in the state, I understand and I know so well that you have been following developments in Abia State. They've mentioned several times the issue with regards to civil service and workers' welfare in Abia State. Do you see this to be the normal noise from the opposition parties, or it is the reality on ground? Workers' welfare under this administration. Let's have your reaction to it.
We all know that the civil service is the engine house of any government. We're all aware of that. And if you don't do right by them, you're going to have a lot of crisis on your hands. So if you follow closely, because His Excellency Dr. Alex Oti runs the most transparent I have seen in all the states. Transparent administration.
People are arguing that this administration is not transparent, especially when it comes to contracts that have been awarded. They have not seen figures allotted to these contracts. So where's the position or place of transparency there, sir?
Well, this is politics. Even if, okay, with the level of work that he's doing, does it make sense that people are still berating him and saying that he's not even working? I mean, the opposition party, of course, PDP. Does it make sense to you? All the roads he's building, tell us how much, this and that. For the past 24 years, we've had these roads. We've had the same amount of money or something lower come into the state. What did the past government do? This man has come in, folded up his sleeves, and he ignores the opposition, and he's doing what he's doing. Look, they say the test of the pudding is in the eating. The people are happy with Dr. Alex Otti's administration. They are very happy. And the testament is, with all this that is going on now surrounding the office of the Deputy Speaker, how have they reacted on the side of the Deputy Speaker? And how did the people react on the side of the governor? You find out that 95% is talking about the governor, defending the governor. That tells you which is which. That tells you who the people want. You cannot say somebody is doing wrong when every other person, the people who are on ground, who are experiencing what he's doing, are telling you that they want this man. That has to be for a reason. You know, I in as much as he's trying, I'll still take him to task. More needs to be done. One wise man once said that the reward of hard work is more work. I won't tell you who said that, but go figure.
All right, Agbobende, let's talk about governance at the grassroots. My colleagues in the studio, in a way. If you can remember, the Supreme Court in Nigeria on the 11th of July carried out a very landmark, one would say it was a landslide verdict, giving decision that local government autonomy must stand. We've seen states conducted local government elections, and then there are other states that are preparing to conduct local government elections. We want to know what it is at the moment. How would you judge state of affairs in Bende local government area under Barrister Chijioke Nwankwo?
Okay, if you don't mind, could you rephrase that and tie Chijioke into what the question is? How you're talking about
state of affairs in Bende? We are talking about state of affairs in Bende local government area at the moment under Barrister Chijioke Nwankwo. Also, do not forget that the Supreme Court has taken up a verdict that local government autonomy must be directly to the local government areas. Just a few days ago, either on Tuesday, I'm coming, sir. Either on Tuesday also, the Abia State House of Assembly screened and confirmed the Abia State Independent Electoral Commission. So that's why we're putting up the question to you to know the state of affairs. How do you judge the state of affairs in Bende local government area at the moment?
Well, we see, I mentioned earlier of some of the little projects that the local government has been able to tackle, given, constraints and limited resources. I believe that the Labour Party is the party of the people. Why? Because we do the work. Chijioke, given what is available to him, has been able to ensure some transformations, notably the local government headquarters, and he has opened up a few, made available water to some of the communities within this short period. So he's doing marvelous well. He's towing the line. He's towing the Labour Party line. When we are set out to do work, we'll do it. And when we do it, we'll do it very well. So against the backdrop of the latest Supreme Court decision of giving complete autonomy to local government, well, you can see that everything is in top gear. The local government, our own local INEC, like you rightly pointed out, is being instituted. So which tells you that His Excellency will be in full compliance with the law. Whatever that law entails, I'm not a lawyer, by the way, but whatever that law entails, I am sure that His Excellency is going to comply fully and make sure that we'll have local government elections held. And then we'll have our chairman or mayor, as we fondly call them, instituted, elected by the people. I mean, Labour Party is not afraid of any elections, if that's where you're going. We are not afraid of any elections. I told you there's going to be a tsunami, and it was. And there's still going to be more tsunamis coming.
All right.
As things unfold. Yes.
All right. Good morning to you, Mr. Chinasa.
Oh, good morning. Who am I speaking with?
Incorruptible Sam here.
Incorruptible.
Yes.
I salute you.
I greet you, sir. All right. And I don't know. I feel like for us to go back to what you said earlier, because the word rigged, the statement you said you were rigged out, and later you said that, well, you were told something and you needed to step down. These two words or statement they don't marry each other. Which one really happened? Which one are we going with now? Okay, after you were told, okay, the number 6 position, let's just maintain it, and you stepped down. Is that really what happened? Or
well, yes. This is what happened. They're not differing opinions, or they're not too different. First, there was an election, right?
Yes, there was.
And usually, when there's rigging involved in the election, sometimes you go to court, right?
Exactly.
Good. So going to court, is an offshoot from the rigging. If you weren't rigged out, you wouldn't go to court, right?
Okay. All right. All right.
So it is the court process. It was the court process that I was approached to truncate.
Okay.
Yes. Because, go ahead.
Yeah, and you accepted that. What would have happened had it been you said, no, I'm not going to accept this one? What do you think would have happened? Don't you think maybe the people at the end of the day would have been happier than they are now?
Well, like they say, 2020 vision is always on the hindsight. It's always an hindsight issue. It's always after the fact. Now, given what is on ground now, I don't know if the people would have been happier or not. It's still early days. It's still 14 months into the administration. It's still 14 months into the Legislative Assembly. So we're still watching to see if anything could change. If you do a survey right now and give out a scorecard, I think people would have preferred the alternative to that decision.
All right, and going forward, we know Benjamin Kalu is representing Bende, that's at the Federal House of Reps, and you have talked about some development that obviously that Bende needs, and we can't just talk about the federal member, House of Rep member, without talking about those representing us also down here at the state level. And luckily, Bende is blessed because they have 2 members here at the State House. That happened to one of them, Honorable Nnamdi Ibekwe, who is a PDP member representing Bende North, and Honorable Emmanuel Ndubuisi, my father's namesake anyway, PDP 2, representing Bende South. What are these 2 doing? Or what have you seen from them also as members representing your constituency doing just to make sure that Bende will become better? Don't you think the bridges you're talking about, I think this one is closer to them? Can they do something about that? Can you assess? Can you give us the assessment of what you think these 2 PDP members have done so far?
Well, so far so good. Now, some of these issues that we face in the community have levels. For instance, I see my own brother from Ozuakoli engaging in some rural development, like agricultural thing, just like Nnamdi Ibekwe.
Okay.
Yes. I see 2 of them, doing that, trying to help our rural women and men, find their feet in their farming and, teaching them new agricultural practices. At that level, yes, they're doing okay. From my own assessment, they're doing okay. Yes, I'm not going to deny that. But the issues that are of more importance to me and my focus are the issues that could be rightly addressed by the member representing the federal constituency. Like some of the projects I talked about, the erosion menace we have in our locale, those cannot be handled by, it can be handled by the state, but that would mean diverting funds that are needed in other areas. So that particular area of erosion belongs to the exclusive list.
Okay.
I'm not saying that wholly, because the state can also come down and do it. But I said, the federal government is more suited to handle such projects because of the magnitude and the amount of technical know-how and resources required to mitigate and to stop the menace.
All right.
That is why it looks like I'm more focused on the federal aspects of this. Yes, the ones below, they still have the work to do. They still have to address some local problems. Things like Basara School and all that, they still have to, help us down there. And they are doing their best at this moment.
All right. Also, let me end up with this one. I heard that the way the current governor is running it now, as it has to do with the members here in the state, is they don't get money again to go to their constituency to do stuff. They have been asked to attract these projects. Then the state will fund the project. Don't you think also, while we look up there, we should also hold these members responsible, like these ones representing us at the state level? Because if it is for you to attract project and the state will fund it, that means, for me, we should actually ask them to do more than they are doing now.
But you just did that.
Interested. All right, this program is quite interactive. This morning, we have been looking at implications of Ben Kalu's assertion of power changing hands in Abia State come 2027. Governance under Governor Oti in view. We've been speaking with the Labour Party candidate for Ben, the federal constituency at the 2023 general election, Agu Bende, in the person of Chief Frank Chinasa. 09160,000 965 or 0916333 Let's have your reaction as he contributes and also takes your question. Good morning and welcome to Standpoint.
My very distinguished gentlemen of the press, I greet all of you.
You're welcome.
Call a spade a spade. Chief Awolowo Nkwoded. Afayana, I want to tell you that a captain of Labour in Imo and Ugo, I'm disappointed with our guest. The party came and he said by himself he stepped down because of his constituents. I disagree with that. That's a big area politically. And that is a neglect. That's why I said Labour Party, we are still building it.
Well, he explained, he gave a clearer picture of what happened, then why he took that decision, if you had listened, sir.
If you are a politician, my friend, you are very intelligent, my man. I love you, Mr. Ben. Let me tell you, if you are a seasoned politician, you can't do that against your party. No matter whose ox is God.
Well,
that is unacceptable, politically unacceptable.
All right, that's your opinion anyway.
He goes down.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
I'll cry because he has disappointed them.
All right, your time is up, sir.
I'll take that.
All right,
I'll take that.
Okay, sir. Your reaction to that particular one?
Yes. Sir, I understand where you are coming from. I totally get it. You should fight and continue fighting even when you're presented with, I will call this a superior argument. Now, there comes a time in a man's political life where you put the interest of the people you seek to represent ahead of your own personal interest, ahead of your own personal ambition. I believe it's a noble thing to do, even though it might appear politically incorrect by some, but I think we should also look at the larger picture here.
All right.
Given what is at stake here.
All right, let's get back to our
Thank Thank you very much.
Let's get back to our phone lines.
That is why we took that decision.
All right. You address the questions that they will keep coming up. You're welcome to Standpoint. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name and location, please.
Okay, my name is Ndubisi, and I'm calling you from Omai.
Welcome, Ndubisi.
Yeah, greetings to you and Sam and the guest.
Great you, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Speaking on the guest, speaking on Abia State in general, yeah, we have seen what the Labour Party has done in the state, and we will continue to say that nobody will want to replicate the hardship that Nigerians are facing in the hands of the APC in Abia State. For the past 15 months, we have breathed a fresh air in this state. And if anybody will tell us that we have to donate or hand over APC, Abia State to APC, that person is invariably wishing that we go back to the times where people will collapse and die in this state because they are waiting for their pensions to be paid, or their salaries to be paid, or they don't have enough money to go to the hospitals to check up on themselves. So I also want to tell our guest that he shouldn't give up. We have had his assessments, and we know he did what he did because of the greater picture. But we don't say that the greater picture is no longer viable.
All right, run on your thoughts. Your time is up, sir.
Okay.
All right,
the greater picture is no longer viable, and we pray that Bende and Abia State will enjoy more better democracy and governance.
All right, thank you so much. We appreciate your contribution. Keep the calls coming at 09160,965 or 09160,333,965, 96.5 FM Standpoint. You're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and location, please.
Today?
Welcome. We are fine.
My name is Ezra Dancers.
Welcome, Dancers.
Following you guys online.
All right.
Yeah, I want to respond to some of the things my brother, some of the assertions he made.
What is your name, sir, again?
I said my name is Ezra.
Ezra, welcome.
Thank you.
Please be audible, Ezra.
He talked about the election being rigged. I want to pray on that opinion because I was with him at the collation center on that day. He was there from the time the collation of the results started till the time it ended. His agents were duly represented. They had free access to the collection site. Nobody restricted any of them. They were part of the process, collection process. They joined in tabulating the result, and they signed the result sheet. I saw him congratulate Honorable Benjamin Kalu. At what point did that change? I want to know.
All right, Ezra. All right, thank you. Just keep listening. We'll address the question. Just hold on there. Agu Bende, let's take calls before you react to them. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Ben.
You're welcome. Your name and location.
From inside the Christian Kingdom. Good morning, Okaman.
I greet you, my brother. Welcome.
Yes. Honestly, this is my first time of listening to Agu Bende. I think what have attracted me to him is his eloquence, and I think I'm impressed. But I want to ask him a vital question, Agu Bende, if you are listening, because I'm really not impressed that you could, after knowing that somebody rigged election, you allow that election to slip off your hand. Now, I know that during that period in the newspapers, there were allegations that you sold out, that you collected money from Ben to have allowed your mandate to have slipped off you. The question is, if it's indeed true that you didn't collect money or whatever, or you collected, why are you not crying? Because you knew that you shouldn't have done that. You should have gotten your mandate back. Now, what are you trying to tell us?
All right, Emezwe, just allow him to react to.
And people are led
yeah, my brother.
All right, Emezwe.
All right.
Your time is up, sir. Allow him to react to your questions.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll take the very first one. The guy who talked about how elections are rigged. Now, without diving too much, because the election is done and dusted, without diving too much into it, now let me create a scenario for you. Let me just present one scenario for you. I still have the result sheets. A situation whereby a ward in Itumbozo, I have 104 votes, and the opponent had 57 votes. And the 104 was cancelled out and they left 04. The one was cancelled and it left 04. Now, the 57, I'm just giving you this as an example. Now, they put one. How do you know? Because when you bring out that result sheet and place it directly under a light, you will see clearly what happened. Okay? Now, when you take such a result and bring it into the collation center, one erroneously bearing 157 and the other one erroneously bearing 04 instead of 104. Now, how do you reconcile it? Is it at the collation center that you start reconciling it? No. You cannot, because that number has already been transmitted over. So you sitting down there and tabulating numbers that you don't even know that are falsified from origin, how? That is how some of these things are done. Now, to the second gentleman who says, well, you know you were rigged out, and why would you capitulate, or why would you accept otherwise? Well, yes, you have a good point there. You have a good point. Like I said, sometimes 2020 vision comes in the hindsight. But what would you do in the face of such arguments?
All right.
When elders, people who are more experienced than you in this politics, they know better than you do.
All right.
Elders. Now, my problem stopped being the problem the moment he became deputy speaker, I was told. Now it's the national problem. The ruling party has nominated him as the deputy speaker of the entire country. It's no longer a local problem now. And he's representing the lot of Southeast. If you are truly a gentleman, if you have the law for your people, would you trade one single federal house member for a deputy speaker's position? It remains, the answer is up in the air.
All right.
It depends on how you look at it. So I chose the path to stop fighting.
He also added something. He said that he heard that you collected money. You collect money, sir.
If you are listening in on this program, or if you're there in the studio, you would have heard me say that emphatically without missing words.
Yes, you said
not
that.
Not a brass cent. Not a cent. Not a brass cent. And I've told you the reason why.
Okay.
All right. Let's get back to our phone line. 091600965 or 09163333965. Good morning and welcome to Standpoint.
Good morning.
Your name and location, please.
My name is Oti Ikechukwu Ben. I'm calling from Omahia.
Welcome.
Yes, sincerely, I want to appreciate my brother and good friend, Obidogo, that's in the studio right now. He's a wonderful young man that contested the election. That won his election in the local government, federal constituency, and it was rigged out. But we thank God that the man that even rigged him out is even showing himself today, derogating power to himself, saying all manner of things, saying that he will remove the Labour Party candidates whenever retain the seat again of governor in the states. So I believe that the voters, the Abia voters are listening and they will do the justice come 2027. That is my own point this morning. And I want to sincerely thank him and I ask him to remain steadfast and stay calm.
All right.
That the good people of Ben, they will vote him in come 2027.
Well, let's allow that to come first. Let's allow 2027 to come first. Oji, thank you so much for your time. 091600965 or 09163333965. Let's have your contribution on this particular one. It's good to have you join Standpoint. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Mr. Ben.
Welcome. Your name and location, please. You have less than 1 minute.
My name is Chief Kevin Woos from Umudika Berkeni, Tubama local government area of Imo State.
Welcome, Chief.
Please, I'm thanking the young man. I don't know, the honorable that is here is there with you. he is not somebody who is fighting for himself. He's fighting for the community Bende. He thought it wise that they will get from the federal government to pay more than when he is there, and that's why he relinquished that post. Otherwise, he would not do so. That's the type of people we are looking for, not those who go there to fight for themselves. He thought it and then saw the reason why he should allow the sleeping dog to lie.
All right.
That's my take.
Thank you so much for your contribution. On our Facebook page, this one is from Jonas Ekeleme. Agubende, the people's choice. Right on, sir. All right, Ambassador Ikechukwu Sterling. Good morning, Ben. Carlo has spoken. Abians will decide if they would want a government of Imo State to repeat in Abia. Let's us return to our phone lines. Good morning and welcome to the program. Your name and location, please.
Good morning, Moses, please.
You're welcome.
Good morning, Corruptible Sama. Mr. Chinasa.
Welcome. Who's Seman Node?
I'm calling from Umay. Mr. Chinasa, you've well spoken to the issues that they've engaged you with. But it's very, very unfortunate that politicians will only remain politicians. We talked about the issue of a road. I'm not saying that Ben Carlo has done everything very well. Because the roads, some of the road awarded to his house, and from Abam, to be precise. So if you are from Follow Bende to my village, the road awarded times done it today. But it doesn't necessarily mean that the governor of Abia State has engaged has an impact on that those road construction. I believe that there are this road plan which could have the government awarded, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they people constantly and we've forgotten about subjects of Cali. These are the ones representing Abia North. What are their works? We talked about the State House of Assembly members. We talked about local government. You are telling us that the governor with little resources that is receiving, which little resources, when the past administration is receiving little resources, he contended that Abia has more money than every other state.
All right, Oseman, make up your thoughts. Your time is running out.
50,000. You don't just need to what governor has not done. The workers will decide. The workers made the governor to be available at Labour Party.
All right, sir.
But today, they've totally neglected. They have been rejected. 70,000, the governor cannot...
All right, Oseman Node, thank you. You have used your time. We appreciate your contribution. Let us return to our guest this morning. Agubende, we have 50 seconds to leave the studio. Let us have your advice to the government of the day and also your final take on these issues we have looked at this morning.
Yes, I want to say in conclusion that we are very excited and very happy for the government to have in place the government of Dr. Alex Chiomani Oti. We're very, very, very pleased with what he's doing. We only ask him to do more and do not tire. We want him to continue doing what he's doing and even adding more to it, which I am sure that he will deliver. I also want to use this opportunity to thank the good people of Bende and crave their indulgence and beg them to continue supporting Labour Party, continue supporting us. That at some point in this life, if life remains, that we will repay that support with tangible projects and improvement on their lives. I am very, very, very happy with what is going on in Abia State, and we'll pray that God continues to lead and guide our leader of our party, Dr. Alex Oti, and all his team members and the rest of them down in the local government. Ndebende, Mamanuo.
Labour Party candidate for Bende Federal Constituency at the 2023 general election, Agubende. Chief Ihanyi Frank Chinasa, thank you so much for your time on Standpoint this morning.
Thank you so much.
All right.
It's my pleasure.
Incorruptible Sound, that's our show for today.
Yeah.
We'll return next week to continue with this.
Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you so much.
By Anedo Universal Solutions Limited.
Welcome to Glad Solar and